My name is Jose Maria Velasco. I have a PhD in veterinary medicine from Saragossa University. I have devoted all of my professional life, about 40 years, to studying and investigating animal brucellosis. Brucellosis is an animal disease that has wide repercussions. It causes abortions, it causes infertility, and it causes a drop in milk supply. This means the disease has a severe impact on the livelihood of the affected farmers. Apart from that, and from a strategic point of view for the farmers, it is a very dangerous disease because as long as it goes unchecked, the farmers will be unable to export animals to other markets or to other countries. To be able to export live animals to another country, it is absolutely necessary for the animals to be disease-free. That is an essential requirement. A country that seeks to be modern, that seeks to be developed, must control this disease. One has to also bear in mind that brucellosis is a typical example of zoonosis. That is to say, it is one of those diseases that can be transmitted from animals to humans. The ocular vaccine S19 or ocular B19 has been known for a long time, but it has only recently been approved by the Spanish Drug Agency. It is the only registered drug in the world that is administered in this particular way. The vaccine is very easy to administer. There is no notable difference in outcome compared to conventional subcutaneous methods. In fact, the vaccine offers several major advantages to the veterinary services that employ it, both when it is administered in a program that combines vaccination and eradication, and also when it is used in a control program based on large-scale vaccination of all the animals at risk. Vaccination is clearly the most practical, the most effective, and the cheapest tool to control the disease. Control means reducing prevalence to the lowest possible level, creating a worst-case scenario in which farmers will at least be able to strike a balance between the disease and the losses that it can cause. In the USA, they use strain 19. In Latin America, they use cepa 19. And let's say in Europe, the vaccine is called B19. Ocular inoculation enables the vaccine strain to be absorbed almost immediately and entirely by the regional lymph glands, of which there are three that are very important, and they're double: the submaxillary, parotid, and the astropharyngeal, which readily absorb virtually all of the inoculation vaccine. This has a clear advantage over the subcutaneous method because, as they are not exposed, antibodies are produced in low numbers, and they live for a short time. But this doesn't mean to say that the animals aren't protected. In fact, protection is very good, because it is precisely inside the lymph nodes where we find the most relevant cells of the immune system, and these would be the memory cells. There is yet another substantial difference between the two types of inoculation. In a region or a country that is affected, in which vaccination is needed, but as part of a wider eradication program, it has to be determined whether the antibodies are due to infection or to vaccination. This is the main advantage the ocular method has over the subcutaneous method. It is much more practical if an eradication program is going to be implemented. But besides, there is another advantage. As the vaccine is administered through an ocular route, and as its effect is restricted to the regional lymph nodes, this should prevent the bacteria of the vaccine strain from invading reproductive organs and the mammary gland, for example. As a result, when it comes to implementing a control program for the disease, this should include a vaccination program for all animals, irrespective of their physiological condition. The highest possible number of animals must be vaccinated for the control program to succeed. Therefore, animals have to be vaccinated regardless of their physiological status. In that case, the ocular route is the best kind of inoculation method because it will minimize the the number of abortions, and it will eliminate possible bacteria in milk. There is no known case of transmission of the vaccine strain from vaccinated animals to other animals they may possibly come into contact with. It is therefore extremely unlikely for pathogenic effect to take place, for example, the induction of abortions or a drop in milk production. From the point of view of safety, I believe it is one of the safest vaccines that you can find in the market, and we can say with certainty, with utmost certainty, that the possibility of transmission from one animal to another is virtually non-existent. Nowadays, we know that one single inoculation is enough to ensure immunity in the vast majority of scenarios. Well, as long as overall conditions are, let's say, favorable. In the countries in which we have managed to eradicate the disease by administering this vaccine, we have also seen that a single dose of the vaccine ensures an adequate level of immunity for the total productive life of the animal. The vaccine allows the vaccination of animals that are pregnant, animals that are producing milk, and of course, unpregnant animals as well. The great advantage of the ocular vaccine, both with B19 and with S19, apart from the safety of the vaccine thanks to the low residual virulence of the vaccine strain, is that the diagnostic interference that it produces is of very low intensity and of very short duration. This makes the veterinary services task much easier, because the vets don't have to worry about the diagnostic interference which occurs, for example, when subcutaneous inoculation is used with the very same vaccine. In conclusion, this vaccine is the ideal choice from the point of view of safety for vaccination programs of any adult population. Experience has taught us after many years of use that safety issues for the operator have always been minimal, and there is no known case of infection either in vets or any other people who may have participated in ocular vaccine campaigns. When the veterinary service concerned decides to use a control strategy, the ocular vaccine S19 is, without a shadow of a doubt, the preferred method because of the low cost involved, because of the fact that the animal will typically be immune for the rest of its effective life after only one dose, and because the vaccine can be used safely in animals that are pregnant or animals that are producing milk. For all of these reasons, the S19 ocular vaccine must be considered the method of choice in any control strategy.